You feel like you're getting old?
Yeah, I'm 27 in January, man.
Nah, bro. Fucking, I'm mate, 22. You know, bro.
Yeah, you're young, bro. I'm 5 years. Bro, listen, I play with like Prim and Prod, yeah, and they're like 18 and 19, and I sit there playing all these Warzone tournaments, and I'm thinking, bro, like, how is everyone letting some 26-year-old terrorize them, bro? Like,
see, I didn't know, bro. Is it like Tim the Tap? Like Tim's like 30 plus, bro.
yeah, like Tommy's bare old as well. Tom's like nearly like 28, I think.
Yeah, I mean, fucking like what Clay and Crim, bro. They're touching like their 30s now, dude. Getting close to it. Man. Fuck it, though, innit? Fuck it.
Yeah, it is what it is. Like, I'm this good at COD because I'm this age. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I've like learned so much throughout all these years.
Yep.
That's allowed me to be who I am.
Then, bro. 100%, mate. Well, let's set it fucking rolling then, mate. For anyone that's listening, welcome into the 12th episode, I believe it's the 12th, of the LouiCM podcast, mate, where I basically bring on a series of guests from professional athletes to professional gamers to business owners, and I basically have a mindset deep dive into the way they think, why they are where they are, because they're serious high performers in their field. And then something like gaming, man, Call of Duty, I done the breakdown, bro. I done the breakdown, yeah. Even basically something like, it's like Twitch Rivals. Yeah, 75 teams or whatever it is, or like, not, well, depending on if it's duos or trios, whatever it is, 150 players. That in the grand scheme of things of 100 million players, which is the estimate that Warzone downloaded, you're 0.0000015%, bro. How elite that is, mate.
Yeah, that is an elite level.
100%, bro. Do you want to tell the troops all about yourself, bro?
My name's LouiCM is my alias that I go under. I'm a content creator, but I'm a competitor at heart. I've always played COD since I was 12. Now I stream Warzone all day, every day.
All day, every day, really. Bro.
All day, every day.
What a life to have, innit, bro? It's actually crazy, innit? When you sit and think about it.
It is crazy because I've worked since I was like 18 every day since I was 18, and my whole dream from a kid is just to be able to play video games as a job. And there were so many times when I thought it could happen, and I thought, oh, it's not going to happen. And then lockdown happens, and then if there was no lockdown, I wouldn't be sitting here right now.
I'm the exact same, bro. If lockdown didn't happen, bro, I don't know if I'd be founded YN or anything, bro. It's a scary thought, mate.
Crazy.
It's great, scary thought. But how's that feel now, bro? To be fucking full time, mate.
A relief, really, because it was a goal that I wanted to achieve for such a long time that I finally achieved it. But I was happy at the time, but then I just set myself more goals that I want to achieve. So I'm just gonna keep pushing to keep doing better and better, and enjoy it in the moment, but not slow down.
Yeah, 100%, mate. I think that's the thing as well. Like being a competitor at heart, bro, winning, mate. Like the content creation side of things, bro. Like as soon as you get in a tournament, mate, like with us, with our background coming from like comp background rather than like a pub stomping mentality, which like obviously it's very different, mate. To be honest, one, it's probably when you're just sitting chilling, bro, playing pubs, mate, and then you rock into a tourney, it's just a completely different ballgame in terms of headspace, mindset, chat. Like everything's just really focused, mate, which is just completely different game.
100%. Like I'm probably one of the most competitive people that anyone will ever meet. Like it doesn't matter what I'm doing, I just want to be like the best at it. But that's like if I'm playing pubs, yeah, like it sounds kind of sad, but I want to be the guy in the most kills. That's what I want to do. I want to be the guy with the most kills. I want to be the guy doing the most of this. I want to be the person with the most views. I just want to keep pushing to be the best at everything. But when it comes to a competition, I don't really care about having the most kills, having the most views. When it comes to actually being in a tournament, I just want to win. Yeah, simple as.
100%, bro. 100%, mate. I think like in comp, it's literally just winning, bro. It doesn't matter, and I think that's the
how you do it as long as you win.
Exactly, bro. And I think that was one of the things that was fucked in terms of actual comp COD that was like 4v4 and stuff like that. Was that players, no matter how much you won, bro, if you're a player that is objective based, if you're just a leader, if you brought the team together as well, it didn't matter in terms of the wider perspective. People looked at stats and stuff like that. Whereas within Warzone, bro, it's been different, I would say, to an extent. People that have got their...
I think that's because of the streams, though, because people get to see more of the players and that.
Yeah.
And they see more of what they bring to a team.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Because I think from a comp aspect, obviously, like you said, it is 100%, mate. It's the streams in it. You're actually starting to see the effect in which you have
what within the team.
Yeah. Everything about it, bro. And the team you put together just now, mate, and for obviously be people out with the streaming side of things and stuff like that. Basically, within Call of Duty, you'll basically have a team that'll be, you'll have like your dedicated duo, you have a dedicated trio, you have a dedicated quad that you can roll with on a regular basis if you get into every tournament. Mainly at the moment it's kind of trios, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's mainly kind of trios, man, and Lou runs with, I keep calling him Lou, obviously because his alias is LouiCM, and I remember when I was sitting chatting with you, name's Lewis, bro. It's not Lou.
Yeah,
and I was like,
everyone calls me Lou or Louis. No one calls me Lewis anymore. Like, I just get used to it now. The only people who call me Lewis is literally anyone inside my house, and that's it. Even my boys call me CM. They're like, "Yo, CM." That's what they call me. I swear to God.
Bro, I can't believe you got me Bish, by the way. Bish, man.
Yeah, Bish is hilarious.
Oh,
Love Bish.
I need to get him in the pod, bro. I need to get him in the pod. I wouldn't get a minute in. Yeah, bro. 3-hour episode, mate. Be waffling big time, man. But aye, basically, if anyone's watching, I'm basically going to ask Lewis a bunch of questions that are going to vary from business related to mindset to weird and wacky, jokey, all kinds of shit, bro. I'm just going to basically bring out the best in you, and I bring out the best in you anyways, so it should be a light work in it.
Go on.
Alright, Cam. So outside of your profession right now, bro, and the thing is quote unquote profession because we play video games for a living, mate, and that is the best profession that we could ever think of. But
yeah.
If we think outside of that, what is one thing you'd love to get into, bro?
One thing I'd like to get into outside of like playing, I'd like to I think I've got a very strategic mind. Like, I'm an overthinker, and I think obviously being an overthinker is a bad thing, but it's also a good thing at the same time because you just overthink certain situations. So I think anything like any kind of coach in any kind of sport, I reckon if I studied like a sport and that, I reckon I could pursue a career in being a coach in something completely different just because of the way my mind works in a strategic way. That's one thing that I'd love to do.
I love that, bro. That is fucking sick, mate. And Joe, it's crazy, bro. I watched what was that? I think I seen a tweet get pop up, mate, and it was from Len, and he was speaking about just confidence as an aspect of like confidence in life compared to like Call of Duty. And the thing is, bro, see what people don't realise, man, no matter what it is you master, mate, when you master one thing and you can become the best at one thing, you become the best at anything you put your mind to, mate. And that's what just shines through with yourself there in terms of being a coach in any sport, bro. It's fucking sick.
I think it's just the strategic. I can't even say strategic mind. That's such a tongue twister, that word. I think that's what it is. I like, even in COD, like I'm always overthinking certain plays. Like when we play Warzone tournaments, I count myself as the IGL. Like not only am I playing the game, but I'm also thinking about what's next and what has to be done next. And I reckon if you apply that to any sport, I could easily be able to like read a game. Like, who knows, in 10 years time, I could have done football coaching badges and trying to become a football coach, and I'm like 35, 36. You know what I'm saying? You don't know where you could be. I think that's one thing that I reckon in the future I could look at getting into myself, 100%.
I no doubt, bro. What, Pep? Louis Pep, mate?
Bro, you never know, bro. In 20 years time, when I'm bringing the World Cup home, not to Scotland, sorry, John, but to England, you don't know, mate. You don't know.
That would be fucking nuts, you know, bro. I think the thing is, mate, the sky is the limit with gaming, man.
Yeah, and the sky is the limit.
I've put it in so many different. I put it on, like, obviously, I don't post that much on Twitter. I probably post like a post a day here or there, but on LinkedIn, bro, I post every day on LinkedIn, and a lot of the posts that I put up, mate, I relate it to COD and like what I learned within it, and like, bro, people don't understand the comp mentality of sitting in a set 4 is slugging out for 6, 7, 8 hours every day with the set 3 boys, bro. That shit is like
you spend so long with certain people that eventually they do start to like get on your nerves, don't they?
Bro.
But that's why you have to just try and keep the vibes high, minimal tension, and just vibe it up, really.
Yeah.
You have to be willing to take some criticism as well, because obviously you're in a team. You're gonna have to like tell each other where you're going wrong, and you have to be willing to take that, because the moment you stop taking that criticism is the moment that everything goes downhill and you stop enjoying your time. Yeah,
100%, man. I think like the criticism aspect, in terms of, I learned probably one of the only teams I think I was on in probably World War II time, when I was on Bulldog with Pato, Chunk and Lenny. Like that was a team that they might argue otherwise in it, but I actually started to realise that, well, one, the passion that was actual fueling behind getting a team to the next level, whatever it may be, but the best way to actually get the results out of an individual, bro, was through like the empathy aspect and kindness, and tying it into a comp environment And when people know that you're coming from an angle that's not personal, that's not anger based, you just want to fucking win, bro. And outside of that, you're full of empathy and kindness. And that's what I mean, because within a comp environment, people would probably think I'm the opposite. But see, when people know the kind of person you are outside of it, and they know that it's just business, bro, and there's nothing else to it, it's just you want to fucking win and nothing else matters within that moment. There's no personal shit. And that's where people go wrong, bro. They take bare shit personal, mate.
Yeah.
All the time.
They think you're going at them instead of trying to make them better.
Yeah, 100%, bro. And I mean,
I've had it a lot, yeah.
Even like, I'm not going to bring it up in it, but one of the rivals that I watched that you were in it.
Yeah, you can bring it up, with me and Vap. Yeah, Vap.
Bro.
When me and Vap double chowed 2 people, and I had a sniper, he had an AR, and because I had a sniper, I peeked, took a shot, missed my shot. He got downed and firsted at the same time. But I went and got the 2-piece trade, yeah. But I think because the tension was so high, and then Vaps obviously just died. He was stressed. He was angry. We had a bad first map. He kicked off and was screaming and shouting at me. And I'm not the type of person to be like, "Oh, sorry, Vap. Sorry, Vap." You know what I'm saying? If you come at, like, if you're nice to me, I'll be nice back. If you come at me with some fire, I'll be fiery back. So I would just. So in the middle of this 75k tournament, me and Vap are just going back and forth, like, yeah, coming in, what's this? Like, I'll fill you in, yeah, you don't, like, blah blah blah, talking all madness, yeah. But it's just a passion and a fire. We're both like super strong competitors. We both really want to win, and we went on to win that tournament.
Yeah.
After offering each other out on the second map. You know what I'm saying? It just goes to show that you put them things aside. It's all in the moment. It's all in the game. You both just want to win super bad.
True competitor mentality, mate. And that's why I don't know if you're a big reader in it, but
I read a lot of Reddit, if that counts.
Fuck it, bro. Counts in it. You're reading something.
I am reading at least, yeah.
One of the books I'm reading at the moment, I speak to Declan Gallagher a lot about it, bro. It's called Relentless by Tim Grover, which is, he was the personal coach for like Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, so like all the NBA top athletes. So basically, whenever shit would hit the fan with their clubs that they represent, they would go to Tim, and Tim would coach them as individuals and them only. So he worked with like all the best NBA players. I'm not that tied in with it, but when Kobe passed, I studied him bare, bro. I studied his Mamba mentality, what he was all about. And what he refers to is like your mentality is like a cleaner's mentality. So it goes cleaner, then closer, and then the other one below that is just like you're basically just mediocre, but you think you've got the mentality of a winner. And basically, as a closer, football terms in it, a closer is like Paul Pogba. He does it when he wants. He's a pretty good player. A cleaner's Ronaldo in it.
Yeah, consistent with it.
Yeah,
always striving to be better.
Exactly, and that's the best way to look at it. Football terms: closer, Pogba; cleaner, Ronaldo. And in terms of like, within like business or within competitiveness or whatever it may be, the winning aspect, and that's why I love like what you're speaking about, bro, because he speaks about he goes back and he speaks about like Kobe Bryant and stuff like that, and the like an all-star game. It's like a game that means nothing in it. Yeah, and he's fucking scrapping with dons and shit, bro. Michael Jordan's going at people's throats. They had like one of the things he referred to was they had a game that was really intense game. You know, they were playing like 3 games in 1 week and all this mad shit. And Michael Jordan walked into like the training session, and one of his teammates wasn't there in it, and he was like, "Where is so and so?" He's like, "Oh, he's in getting treatment." Michael walked in and he was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, my hamstring's a bit tight." Michael Jordan flipped the fucking table while he was on it, mate. Just flipped him onto the floor and was like, "Get your fucking arse up, bro. We've all fucking been through it. We're all going through it. I don't give a fuck if your hammy's tight. Get the fuck up and get in and start training, mate." And like the way in which Tim just refers it to, like within that cleaner mentality of obviously continually wanting to win, continually wanting to get the best result, continually wanting to bring out the best in everyone that's around them. They don't care in that moment of whether they're going to hurt somebody or not or bring out. It's just a different level of mentality, bro. Like I'd advise even Audible, bro. Download that book, mate. You'll resonate a lot with it, and it'll gas you up there, bro, because you'll realise your mentality.
Yeah, I definitely do think I had that. I think I've calmed down a bit though. I think back when I competed, like in the 4v4 comp side of things, I was aggressive in the way I gave criticism. I was a very like I was a loud, aggressive person. But I think over time I learned how to change the way I speak to different players, because everyone takes information and criticism differently. Do you know what I'm saying? And every person is different. So I think over time I've learned how to like act towards certain individuals. And I think that's a key thing, is knowing how to like push your teammates in different ways, because everyone needs a push in a different in different aspects. Some people need to be spoken to in not in a loud, aggressive manner, but some people also need to be spoken to kindly. Do you know what I'm saying? Some people don't like being taken to that way.
Yeah, and I think like just a sign of growth, mate, in terms of not even just from a competitive aspect, just as a leader in general, mate. Like, you realise that everyone's different, man, and you're not going to get through to them all the same way. And
100%.
Like, there's a lot of players, man, that, especially in Call of Duty, bro, there's a lot of people that lack serious confidence outside of anything that is gaming related. And with individuals like that, you can't be loud with them, and you can't be. And it's like where I probably feel like I've maybe slipped by the wayside in terms of, and when I look back on it, it's having the accountability, but like I should have handled that in a different manner, and being the first to apologise about it as well. But within that moment, understanding that obviously like all you care about is winning, mate, and having that mutual respect, bro, is live, mate. And I think I always had the same mentality with the individuals like yourself, like Prim and Prod, the two lads you play, they're just X Factor players, mate. And having you leading them and bringing the X Factor that you bring, it's just like it's a recipe for success. And like every team has that, like that in-game leader, and then Prim and Prod are just nuts, mate. They're like
and there's a lot of natural talent there. And they're only young as well, like 18, 19. They've got a lot of years ahead of them, to be fair.
100%, bro. And I think the way you've grown, man, and the way like from a mental aspect, and it's probably why you probably thought about like the coaching in any sport. You're understanding people, personalities, how to get the best out of everyone. It's not just the same way in business. There's 27 different ways to close a sale. There's fucking a million different ways to bring out the best in one person, bro.
Exactly that.
It's fucking nuts, bro. But in a bit more jokey manner, mate. This one, I feel like you're probably gonna have quite jokes answer to this, bro. What is the fucking stupidest thing you spent your money on, bro?
Any money that I spent on a previous female in my life. There you go. That's the answer you wanted, isn't it? Because that is the stupidest money I've ever spent, bro. Because now I've got no return. I can't get it back.
I've not had that answer yet,
Apart from that, I don't reckon I've ever spent money on anything like stupid wise. Like, everything normally, I'm very smart with my money. I only buy things I actually need. And actually need to use. But so like, I'm a very kind person as well. I prefer to spend money on other people, not on myself. So if there's a female in my life, I'll spend money on her. But now it's finished. Now that's the most stupidest thing I spent money on. You're laughing like I'm not even joking.
You just creased me up, mate. It was the way you said it. I seen you leaning into your mic in it, and I thought, what the fuck is he going to do?
I was thinking that's why. It's true though, man.
Yeah, 100%, bro. The answers are always diverse as ever, man. Dwayne was speaking about fucking...
What else other people said to that question?
Dwayne just designer clothes. Like, he walked into a shop and bought...
To be fair, yeah, I could say designer clothes, but that's just the part I live in, though. Like, you go through them... I feel like you go through a stage of buying designer clothes, enjoying it, and then you realise that, what is the point of this? That's what I did.
Speak about him a lot, man. The Val Ravikant. I watched him on the Joe Rogan podcast, and from there I've followed him and everything he does, everything he refers to. Like, you need to go and buy your stupid designer clothes. You need to go and buy your stupid car. You need to just go through it as part of growth before you realise, what the fuck am I doing, bro? Why am I spending this P, man? Like, what am I playing it?
Spend money on a lot, like, not on a lot of stupid shit, but I bought things that not stupid, but I think I could have just got this for cheaper. I could have done this for cheap, and but it's stuff you learn from, innit?
Aye, and I think Dwayne was designer clothes. He spoke about a time he walked into whatever shop it was, bought this black t-shirt that literally just had a basic logo on it, and he spent like I don't know, like 300 to 500 on it. And
I can imagine this.
And when he walked out, he was thinking to himself, he was like, "What the fuck am I doing, mate?" Like, before he even got home, innit, he was looking at the bag and he was like, what am I fucking doing, mate? And
it's outrageous.
Yeah, it's fucked, bro. Liam Boyce said cars. He bought
I've only had one car since I started driving, to be fair, so I can see what others think that could be the point.
I'm pretty sure Boyce bought like a Range Rover or something. And like when he started coming up, he was just fuck, man. I don't need a fucking range, mate. I don't need any sort of shit like that. Like,
it just looks class though, doesn't it? Driving into training in a Range Rover, it just looks like a big dog.
Yeah, bro. And I think what was Dex answer, mate? Last time yesterday.
What about you, John?
He was saying I spent money on in reverse psychology and shit on a pod, bro. Nobody's ever asked me this question, mate. She was saying I've spent my money on.
Here we
are. Obviously the thing is, the thing people don't know in it that we kept in contact through, like, we knew each other before streaming, and then through comp, when I took a break and I went more towards uni and business and stuff like that, that we kept in contact. We were speaking about business ideas. We used to come back and forth. So probably from when I was like 19, I would that was when I started to understand money on a level of budgeting, expenses, managing my income, managing it in a way that no matter what, I would always move forward. And any of the P that came in, I would set aside a set budget to fuck around with as such. So for example, even on my budget now, bro, I'll set aside £75 for like Nando's, Five Guys, shit like that, just on that wee allowance in it, just so, because I know I'm going to do it, but I'm not going to say like I'm just not going to go for a Nando's this month. I'll always track it in it, so I always give myself leeway on anything that I'm doing. I know that like we're creatures of habit in it, so once I got in the habit of tracking my money, life became so fucking easy, bro. And people don't even realise that, man. Once you track your P's, mate, you realise that the stress just deloads, and cash flow is king, bro. If you've got cash flowing through and you're constantly invest in yourself in whatever way in which you continue to move forward, bro. So it would need to be pre when I was like probably 18, maybe I was younger. The thing is, right, speak about on stream, verbal programming in it. So the way in which we think is just based off our parents think when it comes to money. So my mum, when she was growing up, she was a big spender. My dad was a big saver. He was tight as fuck, so he would never spend any money. So how do you think that affected me? I would save for long periods of time, and I would spend all of it. Yeah, bro. So Christmas, for example, I remember one Christmas, bro, I got I can't remember why it happened, but I remember I was sitting and I had like £650. When I was a kid in it, I was like 16, 17. I'd go straight into Glasgow, bro. And by the end of Boxing Day, all gone, mate. Just on what though? Just clothes, whatever I wanted to buy, bro. Absolute shit, bro. All liabilities, nothing that would get me any more cash. Just I would go in, I'd buy, like, I remember I bought like Beats, like one Boxing Day. Went and bought Beats. Fucking think I was a big dog, wireless Beats rolling around, thinking I was a Mazza.
Remember when everyone used to walk around with the Beats around their neck? Like, even if they weren't playing music, whenever it plugged into their phone, they just walk around with a pair of Beats on their head like this, just bopping along all the time.
But people started doing it at fucking COD events with Astros.
Yeah, just walking around with Astros headsets like around their neck, like, bro, put it in your bag, bro. Like,
some of the Astros are dirty as well, bro. You don't want to see them, man.
Not a chance.
In terms of but yeah, I guess that answers your question, didn't it?
Yeah. To be fair though, I think a lot of stuff maybe like is food and drink as well though. For a lot of people, like that's like a hidden one that doesn't really get said that much, because think of how much money you'd save if like you just went to Tesco's, bought, or like wherever Sainsbury's, Asda, wherever you shop at, and just bought like food to cook and then cooked it and then ate it.
Yeah.
I eat so much shit, John. That's probably what I spend money on. That answer just comes to me. There's your answer to the question. not the females, isn't it? The amount of shit I eat is probably there.
Yeah, bro, 100%. See, so Brian from my stream, I think his alias is LK Ninja, right? And Brian works for Uber, so he works as like a fraud investigator for Uber. So every single month he gets a €400 allowance for Uber Eats that he gets given in it. Look at his face.
I'm trying to get one of them as well.
He also gets a 20% discount on anything Uber related as well, innit? So at €400, bro, he's like every night he could spend like 10 to 15. It doesn't matter, innit? And by the end of the month, he'll just use up that whole allowance in it on just scratch.
I'd use up the whole allowance in the first week, mate. £400 on Uber Eats. And the thing I wouldn't need to leave my house, John, would I?
Nah, you wouldn't, bro, because you could do everything. You could order Sainsbury's and shit on there nowadays, bro.
Caked it, mate. Ask him if he needs a +1 or anything. Any jobs going.
It's fucking nuts, mate. Something that kind of goes into, like, say, all these big companies where they manage their employees, and they understand that the bigger a company gets, the harder it is to actually manage a relationship within it. So all those sort of cuddles and shit that's within there, bro. Like, I know for a fact he one Christmas, or I think it's become a regular thing now, bro. You get paid a bonus based on how many years you've been there. I can't remember the exact figure, but let's say for talking sake, it's like £1,000 per year you're there as a bonus. on
Alright.
like Christmas. So you're there for 8 years, where you get an 8k bonus on Christmas. And the way in which they work, all these massive companies, they just work with pure abundance mindset, mate. Any cash that can make someone life better, especially someone that's working for them, just dishing it out, bro. And like when you get another company like that, man, like that's where I understand why people would enjoy being an employee. But sadly, most companies, I mean, there's a reason why Uber's top of the crop and that kind of stuff, but like most companies don't treat their employees that way at all, bro.
No, that is a good way to treat your employees. Your employees are your future in the day. They're the ones that will maybe working their way up to become top dogs in a company. You have to treat them. You have to treat them well.
Exactly, bro. Exactly, mate. In terms of like doing a mindset deep dive, then, bro, right? From an accountability standpoint, what do you do every single day to make sure you get shit done? What I mean by that, bro, that could come in the form of like some people have like accountability partners, for example. So every single morning I get a text from my accountability coach texting me saying, John, how much money are you going to make today? Are you going to hit your target? Are you going to move forward? Are you going to sign a new client? Now that level of accountability is like accountability on roids, bro. See, when I get that text every morning, I'm sitting there and I'm like, fuck, bro, I'm not even got any sales calls in today, bro. How am I meant to fucking make P? And your mind starts running at a different level, bro. But in terms of accountability on your standpoint, to make sure that you go live every single day, what kind of runs through your mind?
I have like a routine. That's like I don't know how I have a routine, but I have a routine, and I just wake up. I'll have breakfast. I say breakfast is more like lunch, and it maybe like a late lunch actually. But I'll eat, then I'll shower, I'll brush my teeth, shower, I'll get ready, and I'll sit on my setup, and then I'll just spend like an hour just watching streams, interacting with the people in chats and that, just a little bit of networking, really. That's what I do before I go live, and then afterwards in a stream. I think the main bit of self accountability I do is like after I finish my stream, I'll eat again, but then I'll watch a lot of my stream back just to make sure that I'm doing all the right things, making the right plays, speaking to people the right way. You know what I'm saying? Just making sure I'm doing everything correctly and not like making sure I'm not rubbing off on people the wrong way, if that makes sense.
And so many people, especially in the game world, would benefit from just that one thing, mate. Just the accountability level to have the self-awareness. I believe it would be coming down to self-awareness, but mostly it's when you get to that high stage of like self-actualization, which is refers to the Maslow hierarchy. When you're at that top of the crop, bro, where you're so aware of everything you're doing and you realise you're very internal in it, no external factors impact you, i.e. like people, you're just constantly working on yourself, moving forward, bro.
Yourself is the only one that matters.
Yeah, and like when you're constantly doing that, like the level you are, you'll just continually improve by fucking tenfold every day, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and it's, you know, that
I'm always watching like my VODs back from tournaments, even just replaying pubs, just to make sure that I'm doing the right thing. And if I make the wrong play, I'm always the first to say, "Yo, my bad. I shouldn't have done that."
Yeah.
But for example, if I watch my VOD back and I feel like I was rude to someone, I'll go out my way to message them after my stream saying, "Yo, like, bro, didn't mean to come across that way earlier." And they're normally like, "Nice, cool. I know you didn't mean it." But in my head, I just want to clarify to you that like that's the competitor in me. That's the competitor in me coming out. It just makes you a completely different person.
So good.
I always like clearing the air afterwards, just to make sure that people don't just think that I'm an horrible fuck. Sometimes I can be though. When it comes to competing, I can be a horrible person, but that's just the desire to win. But as long as you know afterwards that that's not I don't want to say that's not me, because it is me, but like that just brings out a different side to me.
You need to read Relentless, bro, because that's all I'll give you clarity on. Like, it's weird how a book can do it, but like so like the way in which Tim compliments top cleaners like Kobe and Michael and that kind of stuff, he calls them assholes, quote unquote, for a pure American term in it, like asshole. But he calls them all assholes in it, and what it means is just like, and people will take it and be like, what do you mean, asshole or a dick or whatever? And see if you're a cleaner and somebody says that to you, it's like, oh thanks, and they know that it's a compliment in it. And like when you're reading through the book, and obviously it's not alright to be a dick to someone, and obviously the step-by-step approach you take after it, making sure your relationships not on the rocks in terms of like to potentially harm the team. You want to make it clear that it's just the competitor aspect, you want to win. Like having that mentality, all the top athletes and stuff, I fucking love this shit, bro. That's why I love doing these mindset deep dives, bro. Just like seeing what people are saying, man, because like realizing the common differences, like the common interest between all the high performers and why they are top of the crop in the fields that they are, man. Like football conversions, man. I think in Scotland only 0.7% of people make it, or professional players make it. Fucking, I mean, when it comes to Call of Duty and gaming, I mean, the numbers are going to just continue to grow and grow and grow the more kids come up. Yeah, it's going to be fucking crazy, bro. And for you to be top of the crop, I went to a meeting, bro, and I think it was last Monday. I went to this accountancy firm, and I was meeting with the owner, Damien, and he was just such a nice guy. Sat and chatted with him for like over an hour, and he was telling me about how I can manage my taxes just through the gaming side of things, how I can like park certain expenses, and how I can manage my taxes in the most efficient way. And he was telling me how his son plays COD all the time, innit? So I walked downstairs, and his son was sitting there, and Damien goes, "Do you know that's the best player in Scotland on Warzone, right?" And I just started creasing, and he was like, Are you lying, Dad? And I was just like, nah, actually I am. And he was like, what's your KD? And I was like, what's your KD? He was like, oh, like 1. And I was like, mine's is 4.3. And he was like,
John's boasting to a kid. No way, John. No way you're boasting to a kid. Come on, carry on.
He turns around to his dad, right? And he goes, really, Dad? Is he lying? And I was like,
sitting again, that's not fluctuate. Go on, carry on.
You're a joker. You're a fucking joker. And he's just like his son in it was like, what's your YouTube? What's the most kills you've dropped? Like all this mad shit. And I was looking at him, bro, and he was like, maybe like 11, 12, bro. Don't you know how young he was, man? But like his like knowledge on COD, mate. Like asked me what my KD, what my stats were, and all that shit. And I was sitting there like, what the fuck is going on, bro? Like this is
all the young ones know everything now, don't they?
It's constant, man. It's fucking nuts, mate. But like everyone. I even speak about it on some of I used to go to this networking group, bro, and on the networking group you'd have like 30 minutes beforehand to network with everyone that was there, learn about their businesses and stuff like that.
Yeah, so business cards, stuff like that.
Pretty much, bro. And when it was virtual, because they would see this big red mic in it, they'd be like, oh, like, why have you got that? Because most, believe it or not, bro, in business, better people have shit setups, mate. They don't have any.
Yeah, they all they sit there on their laptops and that, don't they? Like their AirPods in and stuff.
Yeah, pretty much, bro. So they were asking me about my mic. Then I done streaming, done podcasts and stuff like that. And one of the lads was there. He was like, my son plays Fortnite all the time." I was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "I cuff him to 1 hour a day though." And I was like, fuck, I'm gonna have to bust this wee guy like a good one here, bro, and just make sure that he gets off this curfew in it." So I started explaining to him how my mum used to curfew me in it. So mum used to curfew me when I was 14, bro. She would turn off the internet at 10:30 in it, and I'd just listen for her snoring. I'd get up and I'd turn it back on in it, and I was bang COD the rest of the night, bro. And when I was explaining it to John, the guy I was speaking to, I was like, "Do you know the kind of money in Fortnite and that kind of stuff?" And he was like, "Nah, what, people get paid for it?" And I was like, "Aye, bro, you got streamers, you got this, you got that." And I was like, there was actually a kid, Booger, who won the top of the crop. He's like, "Aye, how much did he win?" And I was like, "I believe the prize pool was 3 million." And bro, you should have seen his face, but he was like,
jaw drops. And when people realise the money in video games, they don't believe it.
No, they don't, bro. And his face, mate, I literally was just like, "You being serious?" And I was like, well, I mean, a lot of it would have got taxed, but yeah, 3 million was how much he won. It's a lot of money. It's 16, and he was like, straight away, his eyes started like looking up, and you could tell he was thinking in it, thinking, "Fuck, I need to rip this curfew straight off my kid."
He looked at his kid and like, pick that controller back up.
It's different level, but I've actually got a guy that one of the guys I met through business, his son plays Fortnite at an actual competitive level. He plays in the tournaments every weekend, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And he's only 14, mate, and he was texting me and he was like, I was telling him about like my routine, what I do when I'm playing for a tournament, how I prep for it and all that kind of stuff, and he was like, "Oh yeah, like my son like doesn't eat like large amounts of food before he plays. He goes for a shower to clear his mind before he plays." And I was thinking, bro, this don's 14. Like, that's fucking outrageous. Sick, bro. That is so fucking sick. Because that's the shit, like, see when I used to go to LAN, mate, I don't feel the same as me, and I couldn't eat at LAN.
No, I was at my first few events, like, I think it might have been like an anxiety thing. I couldn't, I struggled to eat at the events, and I reckon it affected my performances as well. But I've never really spoken about it before, but I do think it was an anxiety thing, because you go into events, and regardless of how confident you are as a person in your gameplay, like, so many people there, there's so many eyes on you. One mistake and then it all goes downhill. Do you know what I'm saying? So I do think there's like a serious like anxiety thing, which doesn't get spoken about enough. But I think once you come to terms with it, it's all right, to be fair.
I think it's just when you're growing as a kid, innit? Like when you're at school and shit like that, it's like a lot of people that like, even if I could just go back in time, man, and shake myself in it and just be like, none of this shit you care about actually matters, man. Like the people you're hanging about with, the exams you're sitting, like none of this shit matters. Just stop stressing, stop worrying, because when you're a kid, bro, you care about bare shit, man. You care what people think and stuff like that. And mate, I had I don't think I've spoke openly about this kind of shit, but when COD the 18 plus rule came in it, I was 16, so I went and played Destiny for a year. When I was on Destiny, bro, like just the skill gap in that game, like nobody from a comp background has ever played that game. I don't think anyways, because I felt like nobody could touch me, bro. Like even on the competitive aspect, nobody could touch me. I'm not even gassing it, mate. I swear. I wish I was in it, but on. So the competitive mode was Trials of Osiris in it, which was 3v3s S&D. It'd be like search and rescue, so like you could revive your teammates and stuff like that. But people would pay me to carry them on it to get them the best rewards, and that was like unheard of on Destiny. So I started producing content on it just on my PlayStation. So I'd record shit, record clips. I remember I put it up on my YouTube, this wee mini YouTube channel. I had a different alias that I had as well now. I had a different one for Destiny, and started uploading shit, bro. And literally within not even a day, mate. Just remember opening up my phone, mate, opened up the group chat, and all my videos were all posted in there, innit? And all the lads that I went to school with were all creasing, taking the absolute piss out of me, ripping me to shreds, innit? And when I was sitting, I felt fucking awful, bro. My stomach was turning upside down. The anxiety that kicked in as I was thinking, like, fucking, I'm getting the piss ripped out of me, man. And I wish I could just go, well, I wouldn't be where I am now, innit? But if I wish I could go back to that moment and just be like, just shake him and just be like, none of this shit matters, man. None of these dusty youths matter anyway. They're not going to be like, none of this shit matters at all. Continue to do your thing, man, and fuck knows where you could be from now. Because the pressures, the social pressures as well when you're growing up, man, it's fucking hard, bro.
Yeah, social media is like a crazy thing, like especially Instagram. Where I'm from in like, it's like Essex, East London, wherever you want to call it, like it's basically the same thing. But where I'm from, everyone is always posting Instagram on how well they're doing. Everyone's posting about this and their life. I don't even post on Instagram. I always and when Instagram first come around, you see everyone enjoying like all these nice things, and you just think like, what the hell are they doing that I'm not? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are they up to, mate? Like, how are they on holiday like 6 times a year?
Yep.
And then you just realise that it's just all a show at the end of the day, like social media, isn't it?
Yeah, literally, bro. I think the last time I posted on Instagram on my personal account, bro, was 2019.
Yeah, like I'd rather not post. I'd rather no one really care about what I'm doing.
Facts, bro. And the thing is, bro, do you know what people don't realise?
Eventually you're gonna find out, to be fair.
The thing is, bro, do you know what you don't realise? Well, what people don't realise? People don't give a fuck what you're doing, bro. Spotlight syndrome's a real thing, mate, where people believe that everyone is looking at them, everyone wants to see what they're up to, everyone wants to catch up with them. Nobody gives a fuck, bro. As soon as they look at your post and they pass judgment, they go off to their own worries, mate. They think about
everything,
like, and especially anyone like my little sister growing up, man, I always try and rub like that sort of mindset off on her, in it, to like get her out of caring what her friends think, and being around like my mum as well. Mum being business owner where she is now. Like eventually just that environment, and obviously YN's built off that. So like we play like the two main pillars is obviously environment and development, the other two. And if you focus on both of those, you invest in yourself, and on top of that you've got the right people around you, sky's the limit, bro. Anything can fucking happen, mate. Like crazy, bro. Crazy, bro. I even fucking, I swear, I've not spoken about it on the pod, man, but even the young lad Blair Colley, who I believe it's the 3rd episode of the YN podcast, 20 years old, bro, property investor. I mean, his dad just secured a 1.2 mil property, bro. An estimated profit.
I think being at 20, I think that's having someone older in your life drill it into your head at a young age. I think that's what a lot of people miss out on.
Yeah,
I reckon if you have someone there at a young age to teach you lessons about life properly, it's hard to describe, because obviously everyone has their parents now who look after them, but like having someone, I don't know how to explain it. It's so
I can
hard.
explain it, bro. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's the verbal programming, the way in which we're programmed to think in it. It's just based off what our parents think. So whatever they think, you end up gradually thinking yourself. So like I explained to my mum and my dad, having like they didn't benefit each other with their spending habits. So they didn't align. So their financial blueprints were just fucked, bro. So when I was came into the equation, so for example, if I came into a family and the thing is, my mum and my dad, like my mum done fucking so much for me, bro, and obviously she's helped me to get me where I am today. And when it comes to like my mum, like anyone I speak to about her, anyone I even went out for, we went out for like drinks with all the YN trips in it last week, and we're sitting in Andrew Ellis, who's the second episode of the podcast. We were just speaking about some stuff that we were doing when we were growing up, and Andrew turns to me, she goes, "Mum," he was like, "Your mum's fucking dino, isn't she?" And I was like, "Yeah, bro, my mum's fucking class." Because my mum obviously, like, with her being in business, she's like mingling with the young entrepreneurs, and they're getting to see what her mindset is like, and how she's got to where she is today, bro. And like honestly, man, see my mum, my influence when I was growing up, bro, was obviously my mum, my gran, but both of those didn't come from like a wealthy mindset as such. And then I met my closest friend Scott, bro. And when I was growing up through school with Scott, at 16, bro, we'd eat rolls and sausages together, and he would sit and speak about how he wanted a house in Florida where his back garden was the beach. He wanted a Nissan GTR. He wanted a jet ski. He wanted a jet ski shop.
Too much, Ben. Yeah, go on.
It's 16, bro, innit? So I'm sitting there like, why does this don want all of this, and I just want a joinery apprenticeship and a Corsa? And rather than running away from it, I ran towards it. I wanted to understand why he thought that way, why I thought my way. And then when I read Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, and at the time I read that book, my mum had just started her business, and all stars just aligned, but I realised I'm in control of my financial destiny. I'm in control of exactly what I want to do in life, and nobody's going to do it for me, bro. And then COVID forced my hand, and I just fucked everything off, mate. Because the only reason I never quit my job or uni was because of like my car, my expenses, and I didn't want to take the risk.
Things to pay for,
And that forced my hand because I got furloughed, and then uni was just doing my tits in. So in January time, I said, I'm not going back in it. Like, I'll sit my exams in May.
The plunge.
Yeah, literally, bro. And I've honestly, bro, how fulfilled I've felt. Like now, like, and the thing is as well, bro, this is another thing, man, with gaming and shit like that. I went to the doctors, I don't know how many times, bro, for migraines. Every single time it was always screen time. And see, when I was at uni and when I was working, so I'd uni Monday to Friday, and then I'd work Friday to Sunday, and I used to have a migraine at least once a week, bro. And sometimes Scott would have to drive home from university, like, for me, so I'd have to go in the passenger seat, and just, like, I couldn't see, or, like, my eyes were just fucked. And when I went full time on streaming, and I was streaming, because that first 4 months, bro, I was streaming 10, 11, 12 hours a day every day, and I had, no joke, bro, 1 migraine in 6 months.
What was that, John?
1 migraine in 6 months, bro.
Do you know what it could? Do you know what it is? I reckon it could have been the stress.
Stress, bro. 100%.
Stress, like, you got so much weight on your shoulders that you just stressed, and you get headaches, migraines, and I feel like obviously once you probably quit your job and started streaming full time, you was enjoying what you're doing.
It is, bro, and that's what I mean, man. I felt so fulfilled, like doing what I'm doing now, man. Like in terms of like, people look at me from like the outside looking in. I work with high performers on a daily basis, and I play video games for a living, bro. And it's to think that this is my life, also incredibly blessed, and it's fucking crazy to look back on, bro, to be fair, mate. But yeah, it was all stressful, and as well, see, when I was in that workplace, man, bare dawn stressed 24/7, bro. People speaking to you like shit. People didn't care about you as a human. My boss would text me on a Friday, bro, and go, "John, do you want to come in and do a shift for me today? Like, I need like somebody else to slot in." And if I said yes to him, I was his best mate. If I said no to him, he literally wouldn't speak to me all weekend, bro, whenever I came out to work. Donnie's just fucked, man.
I've had stuff like that. I worked at a law firm for a few years, and a lot of the lawyers in there, like, they're upper class, and a lot of them were cool. I got along with a lot of them. I was just a normal lad. Do you know what I'm saying? Got along with them. But then some of them, it's like they were brought up with a silver spoon. They were so rude. I'd hold a door open, I wouldn't get a thank you. I'd just get like brushed past. And I'm just thinking, you know what? One day, one day, mate, like, you're gonna be like down here, and I'm gonna be up here. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's just the mindset I had. So I was like, if people want to live that way, like, I believe in karma, and karma just comes around to get people like that, man.
Yes, bro. And the thing is, man, like, what people don't realize, like, no matter what, in terms of, like, if you're a lawyer, a doctor, and like that, like, you're never going to get rich renting out your time for money in it. And hourly rate is never going to make you rich, bro. It's not possible. And like, in terms of in terms of rich, in terms of quote unquote, I know plenty of people, even like my mum's partner Craig, he's been a day trader since he was like late 20s. He's in his 50s now, and for him, man, like, he's worked in a sales job pretty much all his life in it, and he just budgets his expenses in a phenomenal way and just transforms it all into obviously just day trading, and the level of wealth he's obtained from it. So technically he's got rich renting his time for money, but the wealth hasn't actually came from renting his time for money. It's came from trading and the knowledge that comes from having assets like stocks, man, that are generating UP. So crazy world we live in, bro. That's for sure. Land of opportunity, mate. For sure.
Never ending opportunities, really, innit?
Yeah, bro, 100%, mate. But anyways, I've fucking sidetracked from the mindset deep dive, mate. But that was juicy, some juicy shit, bro. In terms of what habits you have on a daily basis that make you kind of who you are today, so things that you could just never replace that you do every day.
I think that comes down to what I was saying earlier about the accountability thing about watching my streams back. I do it every day. I'm always doing it every day just to guarantee that I'm making the right plays and stuff. And I also watch everyone else's. If there's a tournament on, I'll watch my own gameplays back. I'll watch my team gameplays back, and then I'll watch everyone else that I'm playing against, the good teams, how they're playing the games, and I'll just sit there for hours. I'll sit there for hours in Discord with some friends, just chilling, chatting. But whilst I'm chilling and chatting, I'm just sitting here, just scrolling through, just watching gameplays, just to take. Because if they're doing something that works, I want to take that and put it in my head. So then, when I'm in a situation, what they did worked. I'm gonna do that. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like. If you watch tournaments and then if you're a competitor, and you want to get better, the best thing to do is to watch other people. What I do a lot is I'll watch tournaments, and if I see them make a play that works, I'm gonna go and do that exact same play if I'm in that situation.
Yeah,
I've done it countless of times. I watched an American tourney a few months, but literally like 3 months ago, I think it was a customs tourney where the final circle was like by a TV station, gas station, and they just held it down from the third circle. And I was playing the duos with Prim, and it was like third circle. And I was like, yo, this circle reminds me of something. I was like, yo, Prim, come to the gas station. So we got in our Bertha, drove to the gas station, and we sat there. I was like, and we won the game. We won the whole game, got like 15 kills, won the game. And I was like, bro, the only reason I knew to come here is because I see it 3 months ago, and I remembered straight away because of the circle. But that all comes from like my routine of getting off, watching CODs. After playing all day, I'm getting off, I'm watching, just non-stop watching. And that's the only routine I have, to be fair. Apart from the one earlier I told you about, waking up, showering, eating and that. Like, after playing, I just make sure that I'm watching and learning all the time. Yep.
No, I fucking love that, bro. I love it, mate. And I think like the habits and what people don't realise in it. And I had this conversation with Dick in the last episode in terms of like, I think it may have been probably after the episode, to be honest. So a little bit of insight we were talking about, because he loves COD, mate. He fucking loves it, man. And he was
I love COD as well. I think everyone loves COD, doesn't he? I love COD.
And I was like, what outside of football, like, would you love to do? And he's like, bro, if I could be a pro COD player, like, it'd be fucking sick. You know, it's kind of stuff. It was live, mate. And I think what we don't realise, man, is actual time and effort. Like, I calculated. You ever calculated the hours you played COD for?
I don't want to calculate the hours.
I calculated it, bro. So I calculated it from an average of 6 hours a day, so just 6 hours. So we played way more than that some days in it, so it'll be even more than this. But 6 hours every single day from the age of 13 was when I started playing comp on Black Ops 2. 22,000 hours, bro.
That's outrageous.
It comes to something ridiculous. Like, let me have a look at the. It comes like
all them hours that you put in brought yourself to this moment, though.
100%, bro.
Like, I started playing COD on my 13th birthday. I got my Xbox 360. COD 4 had literally just come out. I started playing COD 4 straight away, and I've played COD ever since. I've had probably some small breaks for like 6 months, a year and that, but I always kept coming back because the competitor in me just you can't fulfill that want and need doing anything else.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
100%, bro. Just translating it, that comes in 916 days straight, bro. Like 2.5, that's like 3 years, bro.
That's nearly 3 years of banging CODs.
It's crazy, bro, because I think I hear it all the time, man. Like, some of my, when I started, I'd like casually play like CS and stuff like that, and people be like, oh, I've got like 3,000 hours. I thought, how many hours have I actually put in COD? So I was like, an average of 6 hours a day, because I usually play something to play more, something I'd take a day off, whatever it may be, from the age of, I mean, the thing is as well, when you're early doors, 13, 14, there was no days off, and you'd play for way more than 6 hours in it, but just an average of 6 hours per day for, like 6. What is it from? I think when I calculate, I calculated when I was 21 as well, bro. So I had an extra year on top of that. There's a time now with Warzone.
So long, innit?
Fucking nuts. Fucking people don't realise that, and that's not even. You could do that in a public manner on it, or a public match manner on it. You wouldn't get the same results. We done that in a competitive, intense atmosphere the whole time.
High volume environment, yeah.
And that's what like separates us, because people come. Do you ever get people in your streaming that come in and say like, "I've played COD just as long as you, and I'm not as good as you," and shit like that, and they don't realise the actual.
Or people think that they can click go live and just be really good at Warzone and streaming, and like it takes years to get to this level.
Yeah, 100%, bro. I couldn't agree more, mate. I guess that kind of brings us on to the next question in general, mate. How did you obtain the knowledge, your field of expertise in terms of COD? Just kind of what we were referring to there in terms of looking back at a competitive aspect.
Yeah.
How did you get to where you are today, bro?
We just played loads.
Yeah.
The more you play, the more you learn.
Mm-hmm.
And I think playing with new people, like I've competed since I used to play like back in the day, like Modern Warfare 3, played on and off. Obviously, Modern Warfare 3, I was about 18, so obviously, or 17, 18. So I learned a lot about girls at the same time, innit? I got distracted by going out all the time and loads of females in my life when I was like 17, 18. And then after a couple of years, you just think, done all the going out stuff. I'm going to go back to playing COD and just keep myself to myself. And then, but just by playing with new people all the time, just learning new things from different people, new games, and just it's all the same at the end of the day. So when it comes to like now, I feel like I've just learned a lot. I've said learn about 15 times there, but it's the only way I can say it without like coming. I don't know, like.
Oh, it is, bro. Just learning, mate. Personal development, business.
Every day I'm learning new things about myself and about the game. And I think that's what's got me to where I am today. And I think also helps is what I was saying earlier before I think we started about me being an overthinker. I think that helps a lot because I'm always overthinking about what I can do to be better, to better myself, to better my teammates, to do better in the next tournament. And although it might not be the best thing being an overthinker, it can be a blessing in disguise at the same time.
Yeah, for sure, mate. For sure, man. I think like the continuous improvement aspect, I think I've probably spoken about, I don't know how many different episodes I put up a tweet about it as well, man. Just improving by 1% every day, mate.
Yeah.
By the end of the year.
That's all it is. Like, as long as you can feel yourself improving, it doesn't matter, like, in whatever aspect, in whatever you're doing, as long as you're improving, you're on the right path and you're on the right track.
Yeah, 100%, bro. 100%. When did it click for you that you could make money off a video game?
I've known you can make money for time, but like a consistent, like, salary type thing is when lockdown happened and my stream started doing well and then my sub count come up and then you'd get paid by Twitch and you just think, what the fuck, bro? Why have this many people like subscribed to me of all people? Do you know what I'm saying? That's what the first initial thought was. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, bro, like I wanted to do this for so long and then lockdowns happened, like people are subscribing to my Twitch and that, and I'm just like, how has this happened? Like it just happened so quick. And I was sat there for time thinking on furlough, like, I don't want to go back to work. I don't want to go back to work. I don't want to go back to work. And I went back to work for like 2 weeks and I was like, I'm not going back to work. I'm not going back to work.
Because we spoke about it, innit?
Yeah. I think that lockdown period of just like seeing that I could earn a livable amount from like subscriptions on Twitch. Thanks to every single person that supported me and helped me and on this journey, especially like shout out to every single person who's stopped by the Twitch, because without them I wouldn't be where I am today, because I probably would still be working after finishing furlough, go back to work, but without them I wouldn't have realized that I could make money off Twitch.
How does that make you feel now?
I feel blessed, John.
Yeah.
I feel privileged because everyone wants to do what they love, and not everyone gets to do what they love. And I love playing COD, and the fact that I spent years and years playing COD, and then now I've finally been able to like do it as a full-time thing. I've seen not only my like improvements in myself, but like outside of the game and inside of the game. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm enjoying life a lot more doing something that I love, and I feel like I'm playing the best Call of Duty I've ever played because I can do it as a full-time thing.
Yeah, phenomenal, mate. Fucking love it. Absolutely love it.
COVID is the worst thing ever. But lockdown was the greatest thing ever. It's just so scary how 50-50 is.
Yeah, I know. And I think like when you realise it, like even though you look at like back on, I think there was a statistic and it was to do with like just hospitality alone, man, like how short staffed they all are. For the obviously the same concept that like for me, like just working as a waiter bartender alongside uni, like bro, they didn't give a fuck in it. Like see, as soon as the furlough came into play, I was getting paid on average hours that I worked from like January onwards, so they done that in the sly in it, in terms of, because you work mad hours from November through to Christmas, and then January through to like March time you're doing pretty much fuck all in it, so they calculated my average hours over that period of time, so they're paying me fuck all in it. And then literally within when the first furlough scheme ended, straight away bro, emails, P45. Not a text, nothing, bro. You didn't give a fuck, mate.
Nothing.
Just
yeah.
P45, that's you.
You're just another person to them, aren't you?
No.
That's all it is.
Just a number, bro. Just
these big corporate companies are like horrible to work with. When I was working at the law firm, literally like a month before I left, my supervisor was leaving. Like, so we had a manager and we had a supervisor who looked after our team, and she was leaving, and they was gonna make me the supervisor because I'm a leader. I'm a confident person who was going to make me the supervisor, and was discussing it. We had an interview in that, but they wasn't gonna up my money. They wasn't gonna give me any more money, and I was like, you want me to do all this, look after a team and stuff, and you're not gonna like treat me how you would a normal supervisor? Is it because I'm young? Is it because of this, trying to take advantage of me? And then that was one of the other main reasons I quit my job, because I didn't want to work for a company that didn't treat me like I deserve to be treated. You know what I'm saying?
Joe, as well, the other thing they're acting like they've not just had a supervisor that was getting paid a full salary just to be a supervisor.
Getting paid more than me, and they want me to go and do that job, but not pay me the same as what they was paying her. Like, it doesn't make sense. That's why I was just like, yep, I'm definitely leaving. And I just had to. I did it at first. I was like, I'm gonna have to convince my mum and dad that I'm leaving my job, and then I realized that, bro, I'm like 25 years old, bro. I'm leaving my job. I'm doing what the fuck I want. Do you know what I'm saying? If I believe in myself, I believe in myself. At first, they was all like, oh, they're like stressing at me because obviously you have to still pay national insurance and you pay taxes. And I was like, yeah, I can sort that all out. And then, but to be fair, I put my notice in, John, about a year ago today, to be fair. And I quit my job November 28th last year. So it's been around a year now. And I don't regret one bit. I think they're probably proud that I did what I did at the time.
100%, bro. I think that's probably.
I think the older generation, it takes them a little while just to come around, especially with all this video game stuff, innit?
Yeah, 100%, man. I think like I was really fortunate, man, with like the mindset that my mum had. It was like whatever I wanted to do in it, like realizing it, I've just had a mad epiphany moment in it, that see, when it comes to even going to that shoot, for example, for like the brand at the weekends, the photographer that was there in it, he was like, do you want me to do this kind of shot? Do you want me to do this? Do you want me to do that? And I'm like, bro, if you're the specialist in it, you do your thing. Like, this is what you love doing. This is what you do. Yeah, this is what you're passionate about. And I know that what I'm passionate about, I don't want to necessarily be told what to do. I know you're trying to consult with me because it's my brand, but I want you to just do your thing, but whatever you think is best. And even a call literally last night as well with a web developer, he was asking me the same questions, and I was like, whatever you think is best in it, do your thing. And I think I probably got that from my mum's mentality towards whatever I love doing. You knew I would do it well enough to do, like, just to move forward with it. So I've just actually had that mad epiphany moment that whenever I work with anyone, bro, and they tell me what they love doing or what they're passionate about or they're specialist, like whatever they're a specialist in, I always just say to them, like, just let them do their thing, man. Always. Like, I'm not going to sit there and mollycoddle you.
Let them rock and do their thing, because obviously they're good at what they do.
Exactly, bro. It brings out the best in everyone that's within that environment. So when you got that trust of someone as well, like, to just go and free, like, just spread your wings, man. Just do your thing, mate. It brings out the best in absolutely everyone that's like part of that team, man.
It's just showing that you trust them, and I think trust is a great thing in any aspect, because if someone trusts you, you start to believe in yourself more than you did before.
Yeah. Honestly, bro, see, we'll reflect on this podcast a few years from now, bro. Hands down, mate, I'm going to be one of the best CEOs within business, bro, because of how I manage people in it and how I let them just
100%
specialists and do their thing, bro. Because people just deserve to just be spreading their wings, mate, and too many people mollycoddle and want to fine tune and want to be perfectionists in their own right. In business, bro, you got to be delegating, you got to be automating processes, you've got to be bringing out the best, and everyone's a part of that team. And if you're not, man, people don't give a fuck about who they're working for, bro. They just want paid. You need to build something that's bigger than that, bro.
You have to make them enjoy it.
Exactly, bro. And the last question in the mindset deep dive, bro, is what do you think your money mindset is at as a high performer?
What do you mean by that, John?
Your money mindset is essentially your attitude towards money. So we spoke a little bit about it when I asked you about the stupidest thing you spent your money on. So, for example, the mindset of a high performer would be like abundance. You're always investing in yourself. You're always wanting to move forward. You're always, even like your mic, for example, bro, investing in your mic, investing in your setup. That's like an attitude of a high performer that's constantly investing in himself so that everything else is improving.
I'm very tight with money when it comes to myself. I don't like spending money. I've been through stages where I've had money and then had no money, and then when I have no money and I'm literally like skin and I've got bills to pay, I'm thinking I don't never want to be in a situation again.
Yeah.
So ever since like lockdown started and I started making money from like Warzone tournaments as well, because that's where like the big money comes in. I don't even want to spend it. Like I was reluctant to spend money on the mic and the Go XR because I don't ever want to be in that situation again where I don't have money. So I'm constantly that's why I want to win tournaments so bad, just to keep bringing in money, bringing in success, and just creating like a legacy kind of thing. But the money thing wise, I just don't want to spend it unless it's on other people. Like I'll treat my family like I treat my family and my sisters, because especially my sisters kind of, because when I was younger, like I wasn't in the richest family. My parents didn't have loads of money, but so I like growing up, I had like one pair of trainers. Do you know what I'm saying? And then I don't want my little sister to grow up and there's not grow up the same way I did, because there's nothing wrong with that. But like I'd rather her be better off than I was. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just make sure that the money that I get, I just treat everyone around me and just keep stacking it and chasing more and more and more.
Yep. Completely understand, mate. I think from a money mindset aspect, it's what obviously it's which like Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T.R. Becker. The whole point of that book is basically he was starting company after company after company, and they were always phenomenal ideas, right? They would always make him pee to begin with, and then they'd always shit the bed. And one of his dad had like a poker night, whatever it was, and T.R. Becker's just moved back in with his dad again, and he was living in the basement, and he was walking up the stairs, and his pal's dad was there, or his dad's pal was there, and he was like, "Oh, you back living with your dad and stuff like that?" And he was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "What do you think's going wrong with like your business ideas?" So I don't know. Like I'm trying to like have the correct target market. I feel like I'm doing it all right. And the question I turned around and asked him was, "Have you ever thought about just studying how the rich think?" And from that point onwards, bro, his whole life changed, because his money mindset was all orientated around how rich people think. And how rich people think is about, one, cash flow is king. All the cash that's coming through, if you've got a ridiculous amount of cash flow coming through, invest in that, in yourself, invest in that. And that's why you hear a lot about like property, residual income, whatever it may be. So for example, with the P that's sitting in your bank just now, that's actually quite nuts to think about, but you're actually losing money when the P is sitting in your bank. And I know in terms of like, in your mind you're thinking, well, it's not, because but see just inflation rates and interest, and
it works,
it's crazy, bro. And in terms of like, you could literally just get a financial advisor, bro, on the lowest risk possible, and they can have you generating between 5 to 10% a year. On the lowest risk, you won't lose your P, bro. And like, just something as simple as that, bro, of a compound effect of that as well, over like a 10-year period, who knows where your P could be, bro. And that's like, that's what I think about all the time, man. Any money that I make, that's why like I cut myself off from 19 to where I am now, because my money mindset and my attitude towards money is the best. It will only continue to get better from here. And like any P that I make, it's constantly reinvested. Any ideas that, like, I remember I was sitting in it was actually yourself, and we were speaking about, I think it was me, you and Bran were on a call, and somebody was speaking about a HyperX quadcast, and you asked how much it was, and I think Bran said how much it was. You were like, "Bro, you don't need to spend that on a mic, man. Like, who cares? Like, don't do that." And I was sitting there, I was thinking, probably you're just investing in your setup, innit? That's all. Yeah.
Guess how many times it's been used? Like once, bro.
And the thing is, bro, it's like, for me, man, like, even like the setup I have now, anything business related, even the brand that we've got getting built, everything about it, man, any P that comes in, my first thought is, how do I reinvest that, bro?
Invest back to yourself in your setup. Yeah, I can understand doing it. I do the same, like with controllers, headsets,
yeah, exactly,
like peripherals, kind of stuff like that. So I do invest back in that. But I think like other stuff like like crypto and stuff like that. I'm so reluctant to like invest money because I don't know that much about it, and I'm scared to lose it. Do you know what I'm saying?
The thing is, bro, if you invest in crypto without the knowledge, you're just gambling, mate. It's just another form.
That's exactly that. Yeah,
and that's what people don't realize, man. And like, see, I went out on like one of the went out for like I think it was Smithy, actually. Smithy's birthday, bro. Smithy's birthday at one of the casinos.
I haven't heard that name in ages.
Bro, Smithy's top dog, mate. And one of the lads that was there was somebody I used to go to school with, in it. And he was speaking to me about business and money, that kind of stuff. And I was like, if you had 10 grand right now in it, what would you do with it? It was like, I'd buy myself a new set of teeth. I would put
veneers. Oh, they are horrible.
He was like, he had a he felt like he'd always wanted to like improve his teeth. He had like a chipped tooth and stuff like that. And it was like just something that's always been bugging me or whatever it was. He'd put 3 grand away for traveling, and then the last 3k he was like, I'd probably invest it in crypto in it. And I said to him, well, why? Like what makes you say that? And he was like, because like I've made a little bit of money in it so far, and just like just fuck it in it. Like it's just something I'm interested in. And it's like the maddest thing is, people, whenever you ask somebody what would you do with 10 grand just now, the last thing people think of is investing in themselves, bro. Getting themselves on a course, getting themselves on, buying some books, Audible, anything that is a coach, a mentor, anything that's going to allow you to move forward, bro. Even things like an accountant, bro, for tax efficiency, a financial advisor that's going to make you. The last thing people think about is investing in something that's going to allow them to multiply cash, bro.
True. I would never have thought of that.
You're a money-making machine, bro. And so when you have that attitude that you're a money-making machine, any P that comes in, you just multiply it and multiply it. Do you know what, I told Dick this in the last podcast, bro. I've written the same affirmation in my journal every day for 6 months, bro. Do you know what it says?
What does it say?
I am a fucking money magnet, bro. Swear down, mate. And for 6 months, I've literally wrote the same affirmation about it, because see, when you're in that mindset of one, abundance, so money comes to you easily. It's not something that is scarce. There's fucking no shortage of money on this planet, bro. No shortage at all, mate. And as soon as you realise, man, and as well, one thing that I always used to struggle with, man, was like, do I deserve that amount of money? You know, for example, my business coach speaking to me about regularly, our goal was to hit 5 figures per month with YN, right? And I'll speak about that openly. And when she's sitting and she's speaking to me about it, the first time she said it to me, I was like, nah.
That's a lot of money.
She was like, why? And I was like, no way I can make that amount. Or no way that's possible. No way do I deserve that. And it wasn't until there was a woman called Wendy Snedden, man, and she's went from 0 to, I believe, 500k in 3 years working with Paula, like my business coach. And when her mindset flipped was when she realised that, bro, there's some fucking disgusting, horrible people on this planet, bro, that are making billions, mate. Yeah. Billions. And they don't fucking deserve it, mate. And who is she to say that, or who am I to say that someone would deserve P or whatever? But there's people doing terrible things on this planet. And if you're doing some good in this world, bro, you're doing good in this world, mate, you deserve it more than fucking anyone, mate. And that's what I'm doing with YN, man. Like, I know that now, and that gave me an abundance of clarity. And yeah, bro, when your mindset's like that, man, sky's the limit, mate.
Just believing in yourself, innit?
Yeah, bro, 100%, mate. But you're a fucking phenomenal podcast, Lewis, mate. Thank you so much for coming on.
You don't want to carry on?
You want to carry on, bro?
We'll carry on, one more topic if you want. Go on,
come on.
What's next? What's next?
Say no more, bro. Right, Kirsty. On the topic, since you were speaking about like your like upbringing and stuff like that, who's had the greatest influence on your life, bro? Out of the influence you?
That's a hard question. That is a very hard question, because I don't think other than my parents, I don't think anyone's had like that crazy much of an influence. Maybe like my granddad and my nan and my mum and dad's. I think they're the only people that have influenced me in my life, really.
Yeah.
So that's such a hard question, because I don't have like an idol or like an influence or like an older sibling to look up to. Do you know what I'm saying? I was the oldest child, so I was always doing things first at my siblings, and then learning the hard way and stuff. So I say influence wise, I just say like my mum and dad, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just wanting to do well, to help them, just to make their lives easier, their lives better. Because my dad's a plaster, my mum works in a school. We aren't a rich family. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like the influence they've had on me to push me to become the best person I can be, it just makes me want to just do well, just to help them more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'd say mom and dad's, my granddad's is always investing and doing new things. He's like
Love that.
60. He's like 60. If he watches this, I'm sorry, granddad. I think you're 67. I think. But anyway, do you know what he does, John? He's retired. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
retired, and do you know what he does? He learned how to fly a drone.
That's
so now
sick, bro.
he's 67, and he gets hired to get like by like the council and that to do like drone footages of building sites and that at 67, flying a fucking drone.
What a fucking hustler, bro. That is fucking
and then,
sick.
And then investing like money into like projects and that and getting returns and that, like stuff like that just influences me to do similar things, like learning new things, investing in different projects and taking part in new things that you've never done before.
Yeah.
That kind of thing influences me to do well.
And that's the thing as well, bro. So when you're stacking P, mate, see when you... One of the main reasons I want to like get to where I want to be is because see the amount of people I believe in, bro, that if they just had the P, like the sky is the limit for them and like the way in which way. And I want to be in a position as an angel investor to give them the P so they can actually move forward with the plans.
Yeah, when you have some people just need that push, don't they?
100%. But if someone believes in them as well, it's like fuck, man. Like why would they? How can they believe in them? Like, how can they believe in me and I can't believe in myself? And you start to put it on paper. And that was another thing that changed my money mindset, bro. It was one thing Paula, like my business coach, said to me, and for anyone that doesn't know, Paula was in the episode, I believe it was episode 9 or 10. It was just the one that's literally went up on Wednesday, the 3rd of November. And if you want, you go back and watch that, Lewis, bro, and understand the way in which her mind works as a 7-figure business coach that went from 7 years ago, bro. She was a sofa sufferer. She was homeless. She was 50 grand in debt. And now where she's literally fucking 7-figure business coach. She's working with my mum. My mum and Paula working together. My mum's turnover increased by 8,300%, bro. In the 3 years we've been working together. That's a big percentage, isn't it? Fucking too much, bro. Too big a percentage, bro. And
trust me.
Working with Paula myself, mate, like she's changed my life, she's changed the way in which my mind works. And on that podcast, we're deep diving into her money mindset and how she thinks and her attitude towards any of the change that she wants to make, man. And that all came from, once again, literally sofa surfing. She lost custody of her daughter. She literally she lost everything, man. She had quite a lot of money because she was like investing in stocks and stuff like that. She had 6 figures in stocks and she lost it all, mate. And after losing it all, her marriage then started to derail. Shit started to hit the fan, and from there, sofa surfing, homeless, 50k in debt.
One thing tumbles into another thing, doesn't it?
Literally, bro. Just snowball effect, man. Where she is,
the domino effect,
where she is now, man. Like anyone that's not watched that podcast, man, I tell you,
it's a lesson that you learn in life, though, isn't it? It's one of them things. Yeah,
and mindset in general, but it's something that just something that's constantly being worked on, constantly you move forward. You've kind of got me rolling now, bro. I don't want to cut it now, mate. What are you saying?
Oh, quickly. See, back to that question you said about influential person, innit? I had another think, innit? Obviously, your family influence you to do well, but one person I think that you might be surprised when I say this. One person that I think not influences me, but probably influences a lot of people is, KSI.
Yeah.
Because obviously watched him when he was young doing the YouTube videos, similar to what like we're all doing now, streaming, making content, but he's gone on to like do boxing, do what, like music, acting, whatever. Like he's done anything he wants to do, and that's like, to me, that's like me telling you I want to do coaching in a different sport. Do you know what I'm saying? But then I also want to sit there and be like, maybe I can be on telly in 10 years time. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe I could do this in 10 years time. But seeing someone like KSI do whatever he wants with his mindset just makes me believe that I can do whatever I want. So me telling you that I want to be like a sports coach, that's like one part of me wanting to be a sports coach. One part of me wanting to be all over TV, doing TV stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? One part of me wanting to do something completely different.
Yeah.
But you can do so watching him, like as we've been growing up, like all of us, go on to do loads of different things. That's like a crazy influence to me.
Yeah, 100%. It all makes sense now, bro. To be fair, I don't know how neither of us put 2 and 2 together when you were speaking about going in and doing coaching and stuff. He's literally went and done whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
All off the back of just sitting playing FIFA and shouting at it.
That's what I'm saying. So I want to go from playing Warzone to just doing anything, like anything I can put my mind to. I reckon if I put my goals I can achieve it.
Bro, that would be the most gas story, you know, going from Warzone Pro to football coach, managing Premier League team.
Do you know what? When I was in school, yeah, I didn't know what I wanted to be, yeah, and I was sitting there thinking, I want to be a football coach, yeah. But you know what? I was never the greatest footballer, yeah. I was average. I wasn't the greatest. I wasn't in a school football team. Yeah. I was never the greatest. So I never actually believed I could do it. I never believed in myself that I could go and be a football coach because I didn't think I was good enough to be a footballer. So I thought, if I can't be a footballer, I can't be a football coach. No one's gonna listen to what I say because I'm not actually that good. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But now I've got to the age now where I know that it doesn't matter how good you are. It's all about what's up there.
Yep.
So I've learned a lot over the years.
I can tell, bro.
I could be if I turn into a football coach. Who knows? If I'm in Hollywood in 10 years' time, you never know, bro. That's what I'm saying.
100%.
I don't know where life's gonna go, bro. But listen, it's all as long as we're having fun, it's all right.
That's it, bro. 100%. That's what the thing is. Joe, the question I was going to ask you to round it off, bro.
Go on.
What motto best applies to your life right now, bro? And I think you've just said it there, innit?
What did I say? I forgot already.
As long as we're having fun, bro. Who the fuck cares?
That's it. That's a good motto, to be fair. Yeah.
Allows you to move forward.
I'll get rich or die trying. Shout out 50 Cent.
I'm on. I'm like 50, bro. Fucking banger, mate. But what an episode, brother. Where can people find you? What do you do?
Twitter, LouiCM, Twitch, LouiCM, Instagram, I don't really upload, but LouiCM, TikTok, don't upload. There's LouiCM everywhere, to be honest. That's where I am. I'll
post them and I'll get Scott to post them in the YouTube description and also on Spotify and stuff like that anyways, bro. But thank you so much for your time,
Spotify,
bro.
Yeah, wicked, it's all good.
Oh, we're on Spotify now, bro. All the episodes are up, mate. Come on.
Time. Let's go.
Jeez. Come on, YN's going global, mate. Come on. But yeah, we'll round it up there, man. Thank you so much for listening, trips.
Nice, good.
Make sure you leave a like, drop a wee comment, let us know what your favourite part was. There'll be reels and snippets and previews and all sorts going up on Instagram, so if you're not already following Instagram, it'll be linked in the comments below. And just thanks again, Lewis, bro. It's been a pleasure.
It's all love, bro.